Hello everyone and good morning, or at least it's morning here right now. I just made myself an amazing cup of coffee and I'm really loving it. So today I wanted to share with you guys just some of the things that I loved about Niagara on the Lake, or things that I learned while I was there that could have caused me to do my trip a little bit differently. So if you haven't seen my vlog or my highlight reel, I highly suggest that you watch those. They give you more of an overview of what we did. The highlight reel is only like 2 minutes or something, and it's absolutely beautifully put together by my husband, and he really killed it on this one. He did an amazing job. So I highly suggest you go watch those. And once you're done, come back to this video, which will hopefully be just kind of like a short, concise video, just giving you a little bit more information, because I really don't talk that much about like the logistics of things while I'm there. I more so just kind of show you little clips of what we did. So the first thing is Niagara on the Lake is not actually like at Niagara Falls. It's about 30 minutes away, maybe 20 minutes away. I can't remember. It's on Lake Ontario, which is one of the Great Lakes. There's like a river as well. I don't know what river. Oh, it's the Niagara River. I guess I should have known that. So it's like after the falls come down, then there's like the river and it leads into Lake Ontario. And right there where the river meets the lake, that's pretty close to where you are. I actually got this map from the lady who was at our Airbnb. And so this is where we were. And then Virgil is right here, which we also spent a lot of time there. But if you drive down a path along the river, it takes you to Niagara Falls. And actually, this is like a closer up map. You can't see Niagara on the Lake on this map, but you do see Niagara Falls. Yeah, right here. And so there's this road that kind of follows the river, and it has a lot of beautiful scenery. You drive past parks. I don't think it's the fastest way to get to and from Niagara Falls to Niagara on the Lake, but I highly suggest that either going there or coming back, if that's the direction you're coming from. I guess if you're coming from Ontario, you wouldn't drive past the falls, but if you're coming from the US, we took the Peace Bridge. So there's the Rainbow Bridge, which is right next to the falls, and then the Peace Bridge is closer to Buffalo. And if it's not more inconvenient for you, I highly suggest you take the Peace Bridge, because it seems to consistently have lower wait times. We waited for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, to get through the customs little border thing. When we came back, we came across the Rainbow Bridge because there was practically no wait, at least when we went from Canada to America. But the American side was backed up along the whole bridge. It was over an hour-long wait. So definitely, that's my first tip. When you are crossing from the US into Canada, if that's how you're getting there, definitely take the Peace Bridge on the way there and the Rainbow Bridge on the way back. And so that's kind of how we planned our trip. We just took the Peace Bridge, and then we just kind of took normal roads up to Niagara on the Lake. When we came back down, we took kind of the scenic route, went and saw the falls, and then we left through the Rainbow Bridge. So that is one thing I think that we did amazing. I would not change. I would definitely do it that way again. So definitely something to keep in mind. But then once you get there, where are you gonna stay? So Niagara on the Lake is not like a huge area. It's not like there's tons of hotels. There's a few inns, a few hotels, and quite a few Airbnbs in the area, all within walking distance of Queen Street. Queen Street is where a lot of this stuff is, and the whole area is surrounded by vineyards and wineries and restaurants and antique shops. So you'll definitely want to explore a lot more of the area, but we spent most of our time on Queen Street, and I think that's what most people do when they go. Queen Street has a lot of shops, restaurants, it has a theater, and then there's also like a little lakefront beach where people were going boating, paddleboarding, swimming. There's a couple parks just right there that are so beautiful. I will say about Queen Street though, do not eat dinner on Queen Street. That is a big mistake I made. I did a lot of research, and I was trying to find the best restaurants there, and everyone was suggesting these restaurants that were on Queen Street. But when we got there, we did not stay on Queen Street. We stayed just a few blocks away at the Matisse B&B, which is in a little pocket of Niagara on the lake that is not by Queen Street, but still has a few little shops and restaurants. I didn't see a lot of areas like that. It was basically like the shops and restaurants, then it's surrounded by houses. It's like a historic neighborhood, and the houses are beautiful. Some of them are Airbnbs now, some of them people live in. And it's a beautiful place to walk around. And so that was actually one plus to us staying a little bit further away. But we stayed kind of on that main road, right on the entrance to Niagara on the lake. And there was a restaurant there. As for where to eat dinner though, I guess I never really got back around to that. I don't know, because we only ate at Bistro 61. But I heard there was like kind of a winery that was really close to our Airbnb actually. I don't remember what it was called, but they serve like a few courses, like it's 4 courses, and you have to like have a reservation, and then they take you out to like an amphitheater for like a live entertainment, and it's like this whole experience. And some of the people we were staying with at the B&B did that, and they said it was absolutely amazing. So definitely I would suggest researching something like that. We aren't really alcohol drinkers, and we aren't interested in going to wineries to taste wine, but if it was like for a meal purpose, I think we would definitely look into choosing something like that, because like of the meal and the live entertainment, like that seemed like a better option than what we did. Also, on the note of entertainment, we were actually there during the Shaw Festival, which is like a festival, like when the local theaters are doing shows and stuff. And I think there's 4 different shows, and there's 4 different theaters, and you go on, however many different days. And some of the people we were staying with were like, it was, they've come every few years to come see the Shaw Festival, and they highly, highly recommend it. We are really disappointed that we didn't choose to do that, but we kind of looked at the lineup of shows and we were like, oh, we haven't really heard of any of these, and it's like a local theater, so I'm not even sure how good they're gonna be. Like, I don't know if we should spend money on this, and we were only gonna be there for like 24 hours. So it didn't really feel like maybe what we wanted to spend our time doing. But I think if we stayed for a longer period of time, we definitely would have gone to the Shaw Festival, and I think we would have loved it. So if you go, I think it's like June to August. So if you're there during that time, definitely consider going to the Shaw Festival. I think also during that time, like at least during the time we were there in early August, there was like a peach festival or something, or there was about to be a peach festival. So and I think like they have like little like food trucks or like food stands, and like, I don't know, you go pick your own peaches, or I'm not sure exactly what it's like, but people were talking about it in like anticipation, and they were like, yeah, the peach festival, you should come back for the peach festival. And we were like, I mean, we can't, but it sounds amazing. We would love to. So everyone was very excited for the peach festival. We saw flyers for it everywhere. So if that's something that interests you, then definitely maybe look at going during that time as well. About some of the shops, definitely look up what time they close, because some places close at 5, some places close at 6, but most places don't close until like 8 or 9. So you definitely want to look up what closes earlier, so you can do things earlier in the day that close earlier. And then there's just a couple places that stay open until like, I think 2 o'clock in the morning. There's a couple of bars. I think one of them has kind of like live entertainment, and it's right there by a park or something. So you can kind of enjoy the music from the park if you're not really into like that scene, kind of like we aren't. But the last thing that I really want to share with you guys is the antique shops. They have amazing antique shops there. That was one of the big reasons that we wanted to go, just because I like walking around antique shops and thrift shops, and we also wanted to go do the olive oil tasting we were very excited for, which we did. It was a little bit different than what I expected. I explained that in my vlog a little bit, but it was a little bit different than what I expected, but it was still quite enjoyable. And Deborah, the lady that helped us, was so nice. Experiencing high tea there was amazing. It was an absolute highlight of the trip. And what else were we super excited for? Oh, the maple store. We loved the maple store. We did buy maple syrup from there, and we loved it. Obviously seeing Niagara Falls was a big part of it as well. And I had never been to Canada. So there was a few things we were excited about, but as far as the antique stores, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It seems like they have 6 antique shops kind of right there in the Virgil and Niagara on the Lake area. So we went to Antiques on Creek first, which was in Virgil. So we kind of like went down and then made our way back up to Niagara on the Lake. Most of them don't open until like 10 in the morning, I think. Although I think Antiques on Creek opened at 9, which is kind of why we went there first. I think it opened at 9. Although now saying that, I'm seeing that even on this pamphlet that I got from Antiques on Creek, it says 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week. So maybe that's what it is. But so we assumed we were gonna be able to go antiquing like super early in the morning, and we weren't. So I wish we would have factored that in and we would have structured our day a little bit differently. But other than that, I'm just gonna like hold this up and you can kind of screenshot it if that's what if you're interested in knowing this information. We went to Antiques on Creek, obviously, and then we went to, I think, Coach Stop Antiques and Queen's Antiques. And we preferred Queen's Antiques out of the 3. We felt like it had a lot of variety of stuff, a lot of really cool stuff. It was priced well. Although Antiques on Creek also had a lot of beautiful things. It was a little bit more pricey. Coach Stop, if that's the one that I'm thinking of, it seems to be, was a little bit smaller and kind of had a lot more jewelry and kind of smaller items because it was like a bit of a smaller store. But if you're not interested in that stuff, maybe skip that one. But I would definitely say if you're gonna go to Queen's Antiques. It is a little bit outside of Virgil, so it's one of the furthest away. Actually, it's probably the furthest away by far. But even while we were there, we saw right next door, like at the same property and everything, there was like an entrance to like a lavender field, and you would obviously pay for admission to that, and then you could walk around and take pictures in it, I guess. I don't know. I don't think you could like pick any. I don't know why you would really want to pick lavender, but and then I think they even had like a little stand there that had like some lavender like drinks, like a lavender lemonade and stuff like that. So that looked really, really cool. I think if we would have went when the lavender was like in full bloom, that could have been a really cool experience. So if you're really into like super Instagrammable pictures, maybe that's something that you want to factor in. I'm not sure. But really, that's all the tips that I had for you guys. I hope that this was helpful and not like too chaotic, and if it's not helpful to any of you, hopefully at least it'll be helpful to me. Next time I go on my trip, I can remember, oh yeah, that's where we stayed, and oh, that was the antique store I really liked, and oh, okay, I'll remember to not go to dinner there, and whatever. Hopefully I'll get a bit of advice, a bit of information. As for my next couple of videos, I'm gonna be thrifting again soon. I'm gonna do a thrifting my Pinterest wardrobe. So if you're into that antiquing, thrifting content, you're definitely in the right place, because my next video is going to be all about that. And then I'll probably kind of stay on that trend a little bit with clothes, with my daughter going to school for the first time at a early intervention school. So it's like a preschool. So we've been kind of stocking up on her school wardrobe. So I don't know, maybe those are my next couple of videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in those.